Okay, we have a team from Fox Entertainment Group here at South by Southwest.
Fox and
CBS News.
CBS News.
Okay, so two media companies
Yes, two
here.
media companies. We come together
Well,
to take over South by
well,
Southwest.
tell me both of your titles and responsibilities. So we'll start with you, Shira.
I'm a digital correspondent for CBS News. I have a blog on cbsnews.com called On the Scene, so check it out, cbsnews.com/onthe-scene, and follow me on Twitter, Shira Lazar.
Okay, and what is a digital reporter?
It means I use technology like tools like the flip cam, and I tell stories and connect people. I cover social trends and pop culture, and I'm humanizing this whole community for the masses, basically, and being a new voice on the news network.
How are you?
A young and new voice.
How are you humanizing it while you're here at South by Southwest? And I'll follow up with the quick question. What's the most interesting thing in digital media you've seen since you've been here?
Okay, cool. How am I humanizing it? Well, when I talk about Twitter or the augmented reality or, location-based tools and all that stuff, I don't just talk about the specs and everything, but I talk about like how is this going to impact us culturally, like in the way we live and shape the way we interact, bringing the human to the technology. That's what I'm all about. And that ultimately makes people excited about it and understand it better. And it makes this community more legit, which I love.
Okay, so if you're looking at the cultural side, then to refine that second question, what's the most interesting digital media tool you've seen here this year that you think will shape culture?
Well, I mean, the two things people are talking about are the location, like the Goalas and the Foursquares, which we've seen really have their year here at South by Southwest. I definitely think that is part of the future, and it's like sharing where we are, and it's creating social networks around the places that we all like going, and it's really in that way taking our online relationships offline, but using online tools to do that. So it makes a 360 in the way we use these things. Also, augmented reality. We've seen, tech guru Robert Scoble going around with his, barcode T-shirt. How useful that will be in real life. Like, I don't know if we all, because some of us are fashionable, want to wear barcode T-shirts.
I mean, I think it'll end up, the technology will evolve to a point where it's going to be a lot more accessible than here's a barcode, we're going to scan and, get something, from that.
Yeah, like in New York, you can use augmented reality to find out, subways that are close to you. So there's going to be real life ways to use these things. So it's not just like a barcode or a piece of technology that we don't know what really to do it, but it's an extension of our lives. So that's what I'm seeing in the future. It's going to be crazy.
Cool. That's really, really insightful. And Damon, I know you from Fox, so Shira, it's been great to meet you and talk to you. And Damon, tell me what you're doing here for Fox.
Well, I'm the director of digital marketing for 20th Century Fox Features, and we had a very cool event with Robert Rodriguez, who is the executive producer of the new Predators, which is the reboot of the Predator franchise.
Cool.
We had a very cool screening at the Alamo Draft House, where Robert and Nimrod Antal, who is the director, came and presented the concept art, presented some footage from the movie. We unveiled the trailer, and then had this great event with, you may have seen the 3-dot projections around town with the Predators logo. We're really kind of very excited about Robert's vision and bringing that to the fans, and the fans and the influencers all come to South by Southwest, so it's a great event for us to be able to connect with our fans and have those people be our evangelists, both in a real world way with our events, but then in a digital way with what we've done with integrating with Dignation the night after on Revision 3. We had Robert come out live from
and that's Dignation's a very powerful tech community, right? Fanboys, okay.
Yes.
And the fangirls.
Yes, and the fangirls. And it was really powerful. I mean, we've really been able to program out a very unique strategy in terms of using social media, using this very powerful real-world event to then fuel an online conversation that's going to continue through the week and to our trailer debut on the 18th.
Okay, and how do you expect to keep those conversations going all the way through once the movie opens?
Well, once the movie opens, it's not my problem anymore.
Okay, interesting. So you do all the pre-hype online.
What we do is my job is to engage as many people as fans and as evangelists of our movies and connect with them using our online technologies. So, doing cool deals like, if we have a Foursquare integration in some way where, your nearest movie theater and, hey, here you can pull down a piece of content from our movies. Those are the types of things that I'm looking to do. And I think that, in that way, these technologies really allow us to connect with our fans in ways that we've never been able to, previous to this time. So it's really exciting.
Okay, so it's South by Southwest Interactive, because we haven't done the music portion yet. We've just been doing the nerd stuff. What has been some of the coolest things that you've seen that could help you in your job to market with those fans?
Well, it's what the crazy thing is. It's almost like the tech this year, has been great, and the contenders that you'd always anticipate being an event like this, Foursquare, Gowalla, whomever it is, they're doing great things. To me, it's almost more interesting to see what the brands have done here this year. Whether it's Cisco or Chevy, who brought brought a very interesting spin to what they're doing as social media and kind of
social consciousness and like with their new car.
Yeah, absolutely. And seeing what the brands have started to do here, I think it's really by bringing the resources to the table that giant companies like these have. I think that really enables this thing to go to the next level.
Yeah, raise the bar for this community to create great stuff for the world.
Okay.
That's what it's all about.
And content, lots of content.
Hey, we're digital content mad hatters.
Okay, and you think content will just, to wrap up, will keep growing exponentially in these digital ways?
Well, because content is, in the end, storytelling, and stories connect people, and it allows us to share information and be excited and entertained and informed. So content will always be there. It's just how it will be there and who the players are. But in the end, we have to remember, no matter how advanced technology is, there's always a human element, and there needs to be a story there.
Okay, well, guys, I know you got to get on to your lunch. Shira and Damon, thank you so much.
Thanks, Chuck. See ya.